Hi everybody, it's Superfly here. Hey, why can't seagulls fly over the bay? Because then they would be bagels. Thank you, I'll be here all day. There's a reason why I'm sitting in front of my computer screen, and that's because I want to talk about the 2019 MLB World Series. Now, there's already one team that has made it to the World Series, and that is the 2019 National League champions, Washington Nationals, who are under manager Dave Martinez, who has World Series experience before with the Chicago Cubs. But as a bench coach, Joe Maddon was the manager when the Cubs won the World Series in 2016. Martinez was the bench coach, as I said before. I don't know why I said that again. So he does have World Series experience. Now, I'm not sure if he was with the team, who was it? The Tampa Bay Rays, who were on the World Series team in 2008, but did not win it. And it's funny because Joe Maddon was managing that team as well. So he might have more World Series experience, but in 2016, he won it all with the Cubs, but not as a manager, obviously. So this is his first World Series as a manager. So who knows? He's been pretty good managing this ball club this entire National League Championship Series. So I think they might have an edge there. I was looking up the roster for the Nationals, and I only saw one player that has World Series experience, and he played with the Detroit Tigers when they were in the 2012 World Series. And yes, I am talking about Max Scherzer. Now, we're looking at his regular season stats. 11-7 on the year, 243 strikeouts. How about that? Now, that is a pretty good number right there. A 2.92 ERA, 144 hits allowed, 59 runs, with 56 of those being earned runs. Obviously, the other 3 being unearned runs. No shocker. So, these are not bad stats. I'm not going to lie. But are they going to be good enough stats for the World Series? Now, he's 2-0 this postseason. He's given up, 9 hits? That's probably not that bad for what he's done. But keep in mind, we're talking between the NLDS and the NLCS. Probably only pitched one time in each series. So, again, it's iffy there for me. So, I mean, these numbers are not bad for the regular season, but can he improve on that for the World Series? Now, I think he's the only player that has World Series experience. Now we look at guys like Ryan Zimmerman or Steven Strasburg. There's plenty others that are not worth mentioning at this time because I don't have that much time, that don't have World Series experience at all. So that's going to be a bit of a disadvantage for the Washington Nationals. Now, we don't have a complete matchup yet because we still have the ALCS between the New York Yankees and the Houston Astros. 2 World Series managers. I say that because they've both been to the World Series. For Houston, we have A.J. Hinch, who won the World Series in 2017 with the Houston Astros as a manager. Keep that in mind, as a manager for A.J. Hinch. And for the Yankees, we have Aaron Boone. Now, Aaron Boone has won 3 World Series, actually I think 4 World Series with the New York Yankees, but as a player. If he were to make it to the World Series this year, this would be his first time as a manager. Not the first time in general, but the first time as a manager. So keep that in mind. You got A.J. Hinch, who has been to the World Series as a manager, and you got Aaron Boone, who has been to the World Series as a player. Keep that in mind. Let's start with the Houston Astros roster for this postseason. Now, there's a crap load of guys that have been to the World Series, and they're still on the roster as of right now. Carlos Correa, Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve, George Springer. Each and every one of those players have been to the World Series and have won it. That was against the LA Dodgers, who been to the World Series back-to-back years and failed to win because they lost to these guys and the Boston Red Sox, which they have Chris Sale now, who used to be with the White Sox. Anyway, each and every one of these guys have World Series experience. So if they were to go to the were to go back to the World Series, advantage Houston Astros, because look at this roster, man. You go against a team that's been to the World Series and has all these players that have played in the World Series in 2017 and are still there. Forget it. It's Houston all the way. Now, let's talk about players that are on the Yankees team that have World Series experience. And I'm only seeing CC Sabathia, who is retiring after this year. So maybe a World Series win would be a huge going away gift for CC Sabathia. And then you got Brett Gardner. Both of these guys won the World Series in 2009 with the Yankees against the Philadelphia Phillies. I could say that there's more, but I didn't look that far. I only saw these two. So I'm not 100% sure that these are the only two that have World Series experience. I'm sure there's more, but I'm not looking that far into it. But then you got guys like Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, DJ LeMahieu. None of those guys have been to the World Series. And I'll tell you what, if you were to give an edge to either one of these teams, either Houston or New York, advantage Houston. And the funny thing is, when they won the World Series in 2017, they had to get past these guys, the New York Yankees, in the American League Championship Series. So, with that in mind, if I were to give an edge to one of these teams, I would go with Houston. So, for my prediction for the 2019 World Series, I would give it to Houston, and we would see Washington go against the Houston Astros in the 2019 World Series. I'm not going to call who wins the World Series just yet. That's for another video. But the World Series is in 10 days, so be ready for that, and hopefully we'll have a winner by the end, maybe in 4 games, maybe in 5, 6, or 7. Who the hell knows at this point? I don't care. Because at this point, I just go for whoever wins. That's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this little speech that I gave here, if you want to call it a speech. If you want more of this, just let me know. But for now, follow me on Snapchat, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Soundcloud. Follow me on all that. Like and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace. Hey guys, it's SUPERFLY here. Thanks for watching today's video. If you want to check out more videos, check out my YouTube channel, SUPERFLY365 TV. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more amazing content like this one right here. And you can follow all my social media accounts, mainly Snapchat. Well, that's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, stay fly.